Yes, my name is Michael Jaramillo. Um, I grew up in Belen, New Mexico, and I work as a meter reader for the Public Service Company of New Mexico in Valencia County here in New Mexico. Well, I come to the office, I get my day's work, I go out in the field, and I basically just get accurate readings. In the morning, we pick up it's called an Itron machine, and it has all the information there. It has customer's name, meter number, uh, uh, location of the meter, and kind of a history. Like it lets us know if there's a dog, uh, best way to get to the meter. For example, it might say enter north gate, south gate, read over fence, do not enter yard. So basically, we don't just go out there and not know what to expect. We have a pretty good idea. And if the problem arises, it actually has the customer's phone number, so we could actually call and communicate with them like that. There's different areas, like there's the older subdivisions where a lot of meters are in the backyards. Those are a little more difficult because that's where access becomes a problem, where we actually have to go in the backyards. And basically, customers that have dogs, they know the day that we're scheduled to be there. So we have very little problems getting access as far as that goes. On uh, the newer residential houses, most of the meters are on their side meters. So on days like that, I usually drive out to the job site, park my truck, and do quite a bit of walking. We cover a certain area, so many meters a day, um, commercial, residential. Uh, Basically, that's all I do. It's read meters. I was born in 55. So I went to Catholic school. When I was in the eighth grade, ninth grade, I started working at it's called a Circle T Drive-In. It was a drive-in here in Belen, New Mexico. And that was probably the best thing that happened for me at that age because I really, you know, I really didn't know how to talk to people. That job allowed me to learn communication skills as far as talking to people, getting their orders. I was in charge of just getting their orders. And it was hard at first because at that age, I really didn't communicate with many people. But that kind of forced me to start having, learning communication skills, which was really beneficial later on. In high school, uh, I really, I joined football, and like I said, that's probably one of the best things that happened to me because uh, going through okay, sophomore, junior, senior year, yeah, I didn't know any people in high school, so it built relationships, and I still remember my football coach saying, "Football will prepare you for life," and I thought, well, he's just saying that, but it does, because you learn. Okay, there's the coach, you learn authority, you learn how to get along as best you can with your teammates. Some are more difficult than others. Just in life, it's hard to get along with some people, some customers, but you learn communication skills, how to deal with different situations. After graduation, I went to work for the city of Belen. I started off as a radio dispatcher actually for the Belen Police Department, which was great. And again, learning to deal with the public, communication skills, different situations. Different. I was a dispatcher and jailer, so that was an interesting combination. So I just learned so much in that job. And then an opening came up for a meter reader, which I thought, well, I'll try that. So I worked in the water department, fixing water meters, reading meters. So that prepared me when a job opening came, and I never thought of applying for the electric utility. So when I heard a job opening came up, I applied and I was qualified. So that kind of just, I just kind of just fell into it. It seems like, okay, like when I worked for the city of Bolena, I met quite a few people. When I went to work for PNM, it seems like, I guess, well, in Valencia County is basically a small community. It seems like I've always dealt with the same people or relatives, and so the best thing to do is just treat people the way you want to be treated. Just today, I'm reading in Isleta, this lady who had just made some Indian bread. She goes, uh, "I don't know if you remember me. I was at Albertsons," and they go, "Yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago. My basket was all my groceries were falling out, and you helped me put my stuff back on." And she said, "You're the P&M meter reader, aren't you?" I go, "Yeah, And I didn't know, she lived in Isleta, and she saw me today, and she said, I just made this bread. It was so fresh." She said, "I thank you for that." So you're going to come across people in life, and you might not even remember who they are, but they remember you.